Welcome back. On November 8th, Prime Minister Modi unveiled India's official G20 logo. The G20 summit is the most high-profile international gathering that India is having. Obviously, it's a very important year for India because we have the presidency. It's a rotational presidency. It's India's chance. And the pressure of this whole event is huge. It's India cementing its position on the international forum. It has, however, turned into a bit of a controversy because of the logo. The symbol. India's G20 logo shows the planet Earth sitting atop a lotus flower. There, you're seeing it on your screen. The word forms the O in G20, while the G2 and the flower are both in a gradient orange and green, the colors of the Indian national flag. Now, the lotus seems to be the bone of contention. Of course, it's India's national flower, but it is also the BJP's election symbol. And that seems to be the bone of contention, with opposition parties saying that the color scheme being used is similar to the lotus that is being used as a symbol of the BJP. They believe an international forum is being used by the BJP to promote an election symbol. TMC Supremo and Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee waded into the controversy today. Listen into what she said.
यूज किया वो लोगो मैंने देखा पहले G20 में जब देश का बात होता है तब हम लोग कुछ नहीं बोलता है इसी के लिए कि अगर ये बाहर में जाए न्यूज़ तो देश के लिए अच्छा नहीं लगेगा। लेकिन ये भी सच है कि कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, हाँ, इट्स फैक्ट दैट कमल हमारा नेशनल फ्लावर भी है। तो जब नेशनल फ्लावर तो इलेक्शन कमीशन एक पार्टी को दे दिए जब, तो वो फ्लावर को यूज नहीं करके और भी नेशनल कितना चीज था। बट इट इज नॉट ए नॉन इशू, it's an important issue and I think they should think over the matter.
सब आचार अनुष्ठान में, सब शुभ काम में ये कमल का फूल का बिना कोई पूजा नहीं होता। एक समुदाय को संतुष्ट करने के लिए कमल के फूल की खिलाफ उन्होंने इस तरीके से घटिया शब्दों, ये सब मालूम चल गया टीएमसी वालों को, लोटस वालों ने उसको उखाड़ फेंका।
Shatrapal, leader of the BJP, with me on the show today. Dr. Swasti Rao, Associate Fellow, IDSA, joining me today. I'm also speaking with Riju Datta, spokesperson of the TMC, and Arshpreet Khadial of the Congress will be joining us just in a bit. Welcome to all of you. Mr. Datta, can you explain to us what the issue is with the lotus? It is the national flower. Are you just seeing the BJP everywhere?
No, we don't need to see the BJP everywhere, but we see the Prime Minister's face everywhere on every COVID certificate and every Olympic victory. So, you know, people of this country are used to seeing his face and his symbol. The thing is, see, let's be very serious on this issue. Trinamool Congress has no issues putting the national flower on a G20 summit, because when it comes to the country, we do not want to nitpick, we do not want to interfere because it's not our style. But it is also a fact that when there are other things like national animal, national bird, which can be used, politics is a game of perception. Using the lotus flower, which is also the national flower of our country, and the symbol of a political party in this country, I think it's in bad taste for BJP to do it, and I think they should reconsider it next time when it is a matter of India.
No, but next time it's a rotational presidency. India will now not get a presidency again, at least for another 19-20 years. Every nation gets a presidency for 1 year. So next time is very far away. You know, the thing is, the TMC's position is a little hypocritical, sir. Because if you have an issue with it, say you have an issue. Do you think the BJP's use of the lotus, or the central government, the Indian government's use of the lotus, is a surreptitious way to promote the BJP's election symbol? Is that the charge you're making, and are you sticking by it? Either you have an issue or you don't have an issue.
I'm going to be very blunt about this. Trinamool Congress is the third largest political party in the parliament today, and we cannot say anything of the usage of the lotus symbol. But because the Election Commission has also given our national flower symbol to a political party, I think they could have considered other symbols, other national symbols, which express our diversity, our culture of our country, like a lion or a peacock or other things. But, this looks a little bad in taste. That's all. That's it. And when it comes to the
It's bad in taste. Okay, it's in bad taste. Shaturappa, it's in bad taste. There are other flowers, there are other symbols. Why make it so blatant?
I am laughing at the way Riju is going on and on about, he's just going round and round in circles. Let me just state a few facts, which is anyway pretty well known. First of all, the lotus that the BJP uses as an election symbol is a schematic drawing. It has got no resemblance. If you look at our election symbol, it has got no resemblance to the logo which is being used here. And as far as the lotus itself is concerned, not only is it the election, not only is it the national emblem, it amplifies national unity, integration. It also amplifies unity, prosperity. It has been a symbol of culture and heritage since time immemorial. If you see, not only in the Ashok Stamba, I don't know what Riju is finding so funny as far as history is concerned. He obviously does find a lot of things funny. However, even in the Ashok Stamba and in various Buddhist scriptures also, the lotus has been avidly used everywhere. Now, suddenly, they are finding a
No, but Shaturappa, are you saying it's not the BJP's election symbol? This is all just a happy coincidence?
No, if you look at our election symbol, you will see that it is a schematic drawing. This logo is not the same
but it's a lotus. It's not exactly same, but it's not exactly same, but it is a lotus. There's no doubt that both are lotuses.
No, I'm not doubting the fact that it's a lotus. Everybody knows it's a lotus. But if you have a problem with the election symbol, then you have to have the election symbol in view. Our election symbol is very different from the drawing of the lotus here.
I'm going to try and get that. I'm going to try and get a comparison visually of both to put what Shaturappa is saying in perspective. Arshpreet, meanwhile, with us on the show. Arshpreet Khadial, what is the problem with the lotus? It's the national flower as well.
See, we have so many national symbols. Why only Bharatiya Janata Party's election symbol had to be the symbol at the G20? This is no coincidence. And nobody should kid himself or herself by saying, that, this, was just the Bharatiya Janata Party's way of showing a national symbol and not the election symbol. Everybody knows it for a fact. Number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party would have gotten first rank if the Guinness Book had a record for promoting, for politicizing, for advertising and marketing. Bharatiya Janata Party would have gotten rank 1 in that. And number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party is now basically used to and accustomed to crossing all limits when it comes to politicization of basically everything and anything that comes their way. Number three, have they forgotten one simple fact? At the G20, you are not going to be representing the BJP there. You will be representing the country, India. So how does the Bharatiya Janata Party forget the simple fact that the Bharatiya Janata Party is supposed to be representing...
One minute. Arshpreet, but you're contradicting yourself. You're right. The symbol is representing India. The presidency is for India. The people who are going to see it around the world may or may not even know that this is the Bharatiya Janata Party's election symbol. I asked this question to Riju. Before you came, are you seeing the lotus everywhere?
So, see, number one, are you saying the Bharatiya Janata Party on one hand says that, we are, now allow me to come.
No, I asked the question to Arshpreet, so let him answer.
The Bharatiya Janata Party on one hand says that, we are the world's largest political party, everybody knows us. And now suddenly the Bharatiya Janata Party's election symbol is something that is not known to the people. And number two, this is advertising. Let's call it for what it is. And number three, Bharatiya Janata Party wasn't, last point, the Bharatiya Janata Party wasn't, isn't, and will never be bigger than India. Please understand that.
But who is saying that? Is anybody saying that?
Understand that.
But is anybody saying that? 1 minute.
The spirit of democracy has to be represented.
Of course. How can any one party be? Today it might be one party, tomorrow it's another. This is India's presidency. 1 minute. Dr. Swasti Rao. Okay, Dr. Swasti Rao, I want to just get some perspective about, because every year there is a different country which has the presidency of G20, and they all, I presume, have their own symbol. Is there any system in place, or is there any process on how that symbol is chosen, or is it left to the country which holds the presidency? And what is the importance of that symbol when it comes to the actual presidency of the G20? What does it even mean?
Right. So I'm glad you asked me this question, because I think the people here really require a bit of objectivity into how the G20 functions. And they really need to rise above the sectarian political ideologies and the symbolism, etc. Right? That's not really the moment for it. For one, yes, the president of the G20, I mean, which is India right now, they have an absolute authority to really decide what kind of symbol would they want to come up with. And largely speaking, the trend within G20 is that that symbol has to somewhere, be an embodiment of their slogan that they give for that year. So, for example, if it is one earth, one family, one future, so that is how it is connected with the idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is a quintessential Indian idea and not a political party's idea, right? Let me reiterate that. And if you have till now seen any of the addresses that the Prime Minister has made, I do not think that
but Dr. Rao, Dr. Rao, I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you what the system is. What is the importance of the symbol vis-a-vis the country that holds the presidency?
Exactly. So the country, as in the president of the G20, has this authority to design, to develop, the symbol in line with the slogan that they decide for that particular year. So, for example, last year with Indonesia, it was Recover Together, Recover Stronger, which signified the recovery from COVID-19 pandemic, etc. This year for India has chosen the slogan to be One Earth, One Family, One Future, which is signified by the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And from that perspective, it is completely the president's prerogative to go and decide what really would be the symbolism. Okay, I think there is a track within G20. I mean, G20 meetings are really very well, etched out. There is a Sherpa track. There are several engagement groups, and there is a lot of brainstorming that happens before these things are actually finalized. Yeah.
All right. So let me come back to the point. Okay. Yes, Riju Datta. So every country gets to choose its symbol. Chatrupa saying it's a different lotus. Drawing ही अलग है. उनका लोटस नहीं है.
See, I do not have the time of the day to explain what BJP says, because whatever they say is mostly gibberish anyway. But what Dr. Rao said, I have heard it very clearly, and she has basically exposed the fundamentals of how this symbol was chosen. The problem is right at the beginning. The couple at the top runs the entire country like it's Gujarat Gymkhana. So जब symbol बनाने का बात हुआ, they like, चलो अपना कमल है, कमल ही लगा लेते हैं. See, the bottom line is this country is bigger than any political party. We respect that, but they could have avoided this rather than the BJP spokesperson giving a huge lecture on the definition of lotus. I think the Ashok Stamp, a lion or a peacock can also represent India, because they are also our national symbols.
Shatrupa, should there have been some consultation on this? 1 minute. There will always be different views that what symbol there should be. Should there have been some consultation? And we are seeing pictures from the all-party meet. I'll play that today. That happened today. In fact, it's just concluded, and we have some fresh pictures which have come in. So the Prime Minister met leaders of all parties to brief them on what the country is going to do when we hosting the G20 presidency. And it's quite amazing. There's going to be 200 meetings in over 50 cities in different parts of the country. Huge opportunity for tourism to showcase India. Shatrupa, could there have been some consultation with parties?
Tamanna, all-party consultations are definitely made on internal issues. Here we are representing India, and whenever we are representing India, I mean, if you look at it, it's all very well for you to talk about.
No, there is a meeting which took place today. 1 minute. There's a meeting which took place today on the G20 presidency, that's not an internal issue.
No, I know that. I'm saying when you're deciding on the symbol, when you've got the G20 the chairmanship, we've already done that. Now we are. That's what I said. For internal issues, we are sitting for with all the parties. We are sitting for an all-party consultation. But when you're deciding on something which is representing India, then I think the central government and the Prime Minister have every right to go ahead. They have the prerogative to decide on certain things. Now, as far as the Riju Datta is concerned, he is going on and on about lions and tigers, which is all very fine. But if you remember, Tamanna, they had a problem about the lions, the 4 lions, which were supposed to be the base of the new parliament. They had a problem with their face, their teeth. Somebody was glaring. Somebody said it was glaring. Somebody said it was smiling, not smiling. I mean, this will just go on and on.
Why is there always a problem? Why is there always? Okay, I get the point. Let me get responses. First, Riju, then Arshpreet. Why is there always a problem? You're saying lion, but when there was a lion was looking angry.
Just one line. Just one line. I just want to add one line.
Yes.
I just want to say this kind of sectarian and partisan politics need to be for now shelved. We need to rise above and look at the fact that India is now living in a very, very proud moment. We should all enjoy this.
Okay. Brilliant speech we have heard. Now, let me go into the seriousness of the topic and why we have a problem. We have a problem because we have a fascist authoritarian regime that decides on what to eat, how to make Ashok Stambha like us, how to do Statue of Unity. What
does that have to do with the G20 logo? Riju, you're projecting. What does that have to do with G20 logo? Okay, one by one. I have a couple of minutes left. Let's make it sensible. Riju, quickly, please, and succinct.
Yes. It is more than the G20. G20 symbol is a part of this mentality of the BJP, which runs the fascist authoritarian regime, dictating people of what they do. They are trying to change the history of the country. They are trying to change the narrative of the entire country.
Okay. I've actually got that on screen. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the panelists can see it. But I've managed to get the 2 lotuses on screen. The G20 logo and the Bharatiya Janata Party logo. Arshpreet, they're looking different. They're looking quite different.
Wow. No.
They happen to be both lotuses. Can you see it? Can you see what we've put on screen?
Yeah. Very well. Beautiful lotuses.
I think we should put it pictorially because then claims can be seen, right? Now go ahead.
Now allow me an uninterrupted minute, please. One, beautiful lotuses and, beautiful argument that, oh, the leaf is a little big. Oh, in the other picture, the leaf is a little less, significant. What kind of arguments are these, and what kind of arguments is BJP even indulging into? I don't understand one simple thing, that when we have 17 national symbols, it could have been any one of them, but the Bharatiya Janata Party's election symbol. Why did you not choose any other? Number 2, the problem with the logo, you ask what the problem is with the logo. It is promotion. It is advertising, plain as day. Everybody can see it. And number 3, Nehru Saab, 70 years ago, he rejected a proposal. And the proposal was that the Congress flag, could be turned into India's national flag. He rejected it because we had morality and the Bharatiya Janata Party lacked it. Number 5,
you're saying it's pretty much the same. Dr. Rao, I'm almost out of time. Let her also get her say. Dr. Rao, last word to Dr. Swasti Rao. Everyone else, please listen to her. Yes.
You see, the G20 is not about political symbolism, right? I think when we have different political parties, these kind of matters will keep coming. One has to go beyond that. G20 accounts for 80% of gross world GDP, 75% of international trade. It is an economic organization, and going by self-promotion, I mean, you please tell me what kind of votes is the G20, I mean, is India or the BJP looking at when it is, looking at G20? We need to look at collective interest of everybody. I mean, this is not really the time for this. There may be problems, there may be opinions, and opinions will always vary, which is the beauty of democracy. But to sort of confuse it, with this kind of a, this debate that we are having right now at this moment when India is actually undergoing this historic moment is something that we need to reflect on. I mean, that's not really in anybody's, national interest at all.
All views should be heard in a democracy. 1 minute. All views should be heard in a democracy. I'm not in favor of saying don't talk about this in national interest, don't talk about that. There's no question of India's national interest. The fact that we have the G20 presidency is just a fact. Everyone wants to make the best of it is also a fact. That's why you've had that all-party meeting. Everyone's turned up for it. And I'm sure it will be a roaring success. Will we see more of this Lotus controversy, or has it been laid to rest? We'll watch out for that. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us on the show. That's all the time we have on Beyond the Headline this evening. I'm back tomorrow, same time, same place. I hope to see you then.